Okay, the final thing we're going to learn to do is how to configure the pop-up right here to look the way we want it to look. Okay, this is the default. By default, every single thing that you entered into that spreadsheet is going to be in the pop-up. So there is a way for you to configure what this is actually going to look like. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to go to my layer. I'm going to find these icons and then these three dots to the right. I'm going to click on that and it gives me a drop down menu, and I'm going to go to configure the pop-up. So the title, what would be the logical title for the pop-up? I would say the name of the place would probably be what you'd like to have at the top as a heading. So how do I do that? Over to the right, there's a little, not a star, across that if you click on it, it's going to give you all of the categories that you have. And I'm just going to say, okay, I want it to be the place. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I want to identify what I want to show and what I don't want to show in the pop-up. So I am going to click on configure the attributes. So at this point, everything is clicked and open. So I'm going to unclick anything that I don't really think needs to be shown. So I'm going to unclick the longitude and the latitude. I'm going to unclick the image, and you're going to learn why in a second, because we want the image to show in the pop-up, not the URL. And then I'm going to scroll back up, and I don't need to show the name of the place because that's going to be in the title. So as I'm looking at this, I'm going, okay, everything looks good. So I'm going to click OK. This is one thing I forgot about. Whenever you have a number, you may want to click on it, like the number of visitors. This is going to show the number out to 2 decimal places, and there aren't 2 decimal places. So if I click on this and go to this drop down over here, I want 0 decimal places. Now I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to go back here and see what it looks like. Grand Casino Mille Lacs is the title, a number of visitors. Have I been there? And the website I can click on. Now I'm going to show you how to put the image inside here. So let's go back to the configure pop-up one more time. Once you know how to do this, you do it at the same time. As we continue to scroll down, this pops up, pop-up media. And it says, would you like to add images, charts, whatever? So I'm going to go add image. And it says, okay, what do you want to call this? So I'm just going to literally call it place image. Not real creative. And the caption I'm going to put down here is going to be, click on image to enlarge. And I'm going to show you why we're going to do that. And then I'm going to, it's say, okay, where do I find this URL for this picture? So I scroll down where I find image and I put it in there. And then this is, I'm going to put it a second time. This will allow me to see an enlarged version of it. So I'm going to put it in here one more time, image. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click OK. Now everything is all set. So now I'm going to go back to Grand Mille Lacs. I'm going to click on it. And now we see the image for Grand Mille Lacs, and it tells me click on the image to enlarge. So if I click on it, it's now going to take me to that URL location where the image is stored, and I can see a larger version of it. It doesn't take me away from, it takes me away from the map, so I can go back to the map. And so that's how you add a layer to the map and configure it to look the way you want it to look. Hopefully this has been helpful.